Hi guys, Drew's here. I am here to film a new video for you guys today. I am bulk filming today. Today is Monday, August 2nd, 2021. I can't believe it's already August. Yesterday I wasn't really feeling well. I'm feeling a little better today. So that's why I didn't film anything yesterday. I literally have a box, an Amazon box, and my owl crate off to the side over here. Actually, I'm still waiting on my owl crate. My July owl crate box is out for delivery today, so it could show up while filming. So today's book tag, today's video is a book tag. The book tag that I found was called 20 Bookish question book tag. I will try and leave the original video down below, but I watch Heather from Bookables. She did this video recently, and I know I always get these tag videos from Heather because she does a lot of tags. So thank you, Heather, for a book tag. I'm also gonna tag a few people down below too, because that's the final question of this book tag. Anyways, there's 20 questions, obviously. Let's get started. Behind me, I have a few books that I will be showing off. So let's get started. I have my little paper here, so if it makes any wrinkle noises, I'm so sorry. Question 1, how many books is too many books in a series? Oh, good question. I want to say over 7 maybe, just because I know, I'm looking at my Sarah J Maas books. Those are 7 books. And then my Cassandra Clare books, which are down here, are 3 to 7 or 3 to 6, depending on how many there are. I think 7, like Heather said, is a sweet spot number for fantasy series mostly. But I do love it when it's a duology, just because it's 2 books. It's one and done. And a trilogy is you have to wait a little while for the 3rd book or the 2nd book, or however many books a trilogy is. But yeah, I think 7 might be a perfect number, and I might change my answer later on in the video. We'll see. Question 2, how do you feel about cliffhangers? Oof, I hate them. I really do. I love binge reading a series all at once if I can. I binge read the King of Scars duology this year because I read book 1 last year and gave it 4 stars, and then I reread King of Scars this year and I gave it 5 stars, and I also gave the sequel 5 stars. So that was a perfect series to binge read. But I hate cliffhangers. They are the worst, especially if they're by Cassie Clare. She has the worst of the cliffhangers, I think. Question 3 is hardcover or paperback? Ooh, another hard question. I like both, as you can tell from my bookshelf behind me. I have both hardcover and paperback. I would say hardcover just to display it off on my shelf because they are so pretty. But I also say paperback because they're lighter to read and easier to hold, and I can just take my paperbacks with me. And even though they will get damaged the most out of my hardcovers, I just feel like the dust jackets on hardcovers just get in the way a lot, especially if they are a big fantasy book. I keep saying fantasy in this book tag, but literally some of the fantasies or sci-fi books that I've read recently, I just take the dust jacket off because I know it's gonna get in the way. But yeah, I would say both. Am I able to do that? I'm gonna say both, but I prefer a paperback more than a hardcover, just because hardcovers are getting heavy nowadays and more expensive than they need to be. Question 4 is favorite book over the years, or favorite books. I have a lot. So let me destroy my stack here for a minute. Ooh. Some of my favorite books over the years has been Queen of Hearts by Colleen Oakes, an Alice in Wonderland retelling. Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. Vicious by V.E. Schwab, or also known as Victoria Schwab. Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, an adult mystery thriller. An Ember in the Ashes by Sabatier, which I found out recently that this is published as in a new adult book in the UK, which I find very interesting. I still need to read the finale of this series. I am scared to say goodbye to one of my favorite series ever, but I believe I'm reading the final book of this in August. Spoiler alert. So those are just a few of my favorite books from over the years. I've been on BookTube and Bookstagram. I've been on Bookstagram for 4 or 5 years, and I think BookTube for 1 year maybe. So that's really cool. Least favorite books? Oh, I had a lot of these. One of them is the most recent read, and that was Unravel the Dust by Elizabeth Lim. I read this in the month of July. I'll talk more about my thoughts and feelings on this one. But this one I was just, it was a mad book. And then this one I might unhaul, and that is In the Holidays by Christina Lauren. Christina Lauren is a hit and miss author for me. They are a romance author and also young adult, contemporary. They only wrote one though, mostly adult romance. But I read almost all of their books, I think. I read In the Holidays. Oh, what are your other ones? The Unhoneymooners. Oh my gosh, you guys know more than I do, but I read quite a few books by Christina Lauren, and this is their, like, most recent one, I believe. And I read this in, like, a day, and I gave it 3 stars, and I was sadly disappointed by it. 3 stars is, like, still a good book, but I just feel like what the story was about was, like, 2 different timelines, and I really hate things with timelines in it, so maybe that's why I didn't really like it. But I love this cover. Maybe that's why I'm keeping it, just because of the cover. And then this one I read, it was a short story collection, and that is Together Apart by stories by Aaron A. Craig, Ariana Demsbury, Aaron Hahn, Bill Cosberg, Rachel Lippincott, Brittany Morris, Sinjin Patel, Natasha Pertson, and Jennifer Yeen. This is a short story collection that is about COVID-19, and I didn't know about that going into it. It was just a mad book. It was like a 3 stars or 4 stars. There's some stories in here that I really enjoyed, and others I didn't. Short story collection are really hard for me to love. I think I've only loved 2 in the past so far. And that was A Phoenix Must Burn, and then what's this one? Because You Love to Hate Me. Those are the only 2 like short story collection on my shelf that I really enjoyed. So probably unhauling this one as well. And then I'm also probably unhauling Daughter of the Burning City by Amanda Foody. This is Amanda Foody's debut novel. I love her middle grade book that she just came out with this year, which I will talk more about in my July wrap up. And I also loved her Shadow Game trilogy so far. I still need to read the last book in the Shadow Game trilogy, which is Ace of Shades and King of Fools and Queen of Volts. I still need to read Queen of Volts. That's happening in September, sneak peek. But this one I sadly didn't really love. And I already read this with my friend Heather, so that was a disappointment. Next one is Love Triangles. Yes or no? When I was in high school and middle school, yes. Now that I'm older, I'm like meh about them. Like, I honestly don't know how to feel about love triangles. I actually haven't had like a good, like, I had one good love triangle, and that was from Cassandra Clare recently. But other than that, I haven't read like a good love triangle story yet. If there's any good love triangle trope in a book that you guys loved recently, let me know down below, because I definitely want more Rex. So there's no answer for this one, sadly. Question 7, the most recent book you couldn't finish. Ooh, I forgot to grab the book for that. But it's actually down here. I had a group buddy read of this one. This one just came out this year as well, which I'm so sad, because the cover of this, when I show it off to you, is so pretty. And I was enjoying one point of view and not the other, and that was The Ones We're Meant to Find by Joan He, Joan He. I don't know how to say it correctly, but like, look at this cover. This is gorgeous. This is the Owl Crate exclusive edition. So I'm not quite DNFing it, but this is just one of the books in July that I couldn't finish. So this is on my August TBR as well. Hoping I can like take a little break from it and then come back to it and see how I feel. I think everyone in my group chat already finished it though, which is so bad and so embarrassing. But yeah, the ones we meant to find is one I couldn't finish recently. A book you're currently reading. The book I'm currently reading is Blackout by Tiffany D. Jackson, by Danya Clayton, Tiffany D. Jackson, Nick Stone, Angie Thomas, Ashley Woodfolk, and Nicola Yoon. I'm really enjoying this right now. This is my second book for August already, and I am halfway through. I have this much left to read. And these are all 6 short stories that are interwoven with each other. And I read a lot of books by all these authors. Angie Thomas is definitely my favorite story so far, just because I love Angie the most out of these ladies. I'm so sorry. But Blackout is a book that came out this year. This takes place during a blackout in New York City, and it follows a lot of different characters. And it's just one that is like one of those books that is hard to explain, but you know you can't really explain it, if that makes sense. All these authors are lovely. I talk to each and every one of these, especially Nick Stone the most out of these authors on Instagram. So I'm so excited to finish this up, see how it goes, and what I'm gonna read next, I do not know. Next book I have is the last book you recommended to someone. Ooh. It was so funny actually. I said this in a previous video. I forgot what video it was. But I recommended Shadow and Bones by Leigh Bardugo, which I actually have the... So I recommended Shadow and Bones by Leigh Bardugo to my mom actually, because she just watched the Netflix show on Netflix obviously. And I guess one of her students from her classes was talking about it and she was super interested. And so she decided to watch the movie, or not movie, watch the TV show first and then read the books, which is very interesting that she did that. No hate, Mom, I love you. But she started reading Shadow and Bone. She's not reading my beautiful copy though, because she doesn't want to ruin it. So I gave her my paperback edition. But this is the last book I think I recommended to someone. But when I see my friend Taylor in August, oh, she's getting like a list of books for her to read. So yeah, that was probably like the last book I recommended to someone. Oldest book you read, publication wise, The Hobbit maybe. I don't own it anymore because I used to have like a flimsy paperback that was damaged. But I read The Hobbit, and I also read the whole Lord of the Rings trilogy as well, so maybe that can count for publication wise date. So there's the answer for that. And then newest book you read or have publication wise, honestly, like whatever. Where's my Amazon box? I had it. Anything that is new for me right now is gonna be whatever is in this Amazon box. I am opening this for another video. I am just waiting for my Owl Crate to come here. So whatever's in here and my July Owl Crate are the newest books that I have on my bookshelf. Favorite author. I have a lot of answers for these. It was so hard to pick not just one. So some of my favorite authors over the years has been Cassandra Clare, Becky Albertalli, anything by Rick Riordan, Tahara Mafi, and last but not least, Sarah J. Maas. A lot of these authors have very controversial work and sayings right now that even though they are somewhat wrong and somewhat right, they are still my favorite authors, and I love them. Those are all the authors that I would keep on buying just because I'm in love with those authors. So, buying books or borrowing books? I would say both. I'm more of a buying book person, obviously, from my Amazon box that I just showed you, and from all my books I collected over the years. But if you can't tell, I also have my library books right here. So yeah, I like doing both, but I always forget about my library books, to be honest. So in August, my friend Heather and I are planning on reading all of our library books in the month of August before checking out new ones. Question 14 is a book you dislike that everyone seems to love. I have quite a few options for this one as well. I read The Night Country by Melissa Albert last year and was sadly disappointed by this one, but everyone else seems to love this duology. I recently read Where Dreams Descend by Janella Angels recently. I still want to read the sequel because I actually received an arc of it from NetGalley and Wednesday Books, so thank you so much to those two companies. And I also bought the Owl Crate exclusive edition for book 2 just so it can have a matching set on my bookshelf. And then this one I thought I liked at the time, but now thinking about this question and looking at my shelf, I didn't really enjoy Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. I am nervous to read any other books by her because this was a 3 stars as well. Bookmarks or dog ears? You guys will love me. I love bookmarks. Like, literally, where's my mug? Like, I had this mug since like 6th grade and it's already filled with like a bunch of bookmarks. So if I can't grab one of these, I always have these magnetic bookmarks too, like this one that's randomly sitting on my shelf. I always have some sort of like magnetic bookmark. This one is Bellatrix Lestrange. Or if I really am like in the middle of a hardcover, I would just use a dust jacket as a bookmark sometimes. So yeah, definitely not dog earing. Those who dog ears, I don't like. JK, I love you guys. A book you can always read. Ooh, probably Red, White, and Royal Blue, to be honest, because that's a book I actually want to reread soon. Or I would say Harry Potter, but I don't support J.K. Rowling anymore. That's a topic we won't get into. A book I can always reread, probably Legend by Marie Lu. That is such an underrated series now. Question 17, can you read while listening to music? Yes and no. I do this all the time when I'm in my parents' car. I always have my audiobook plugged in and they're always talking or they have music playing. So yes and no. It's a little distracting for me, but like if I'm reading graphic novels or just contemporary books in general, I like to have music on just because it sets the mood right, you know? But yes and no. Mostly no, because it gets distracting, and I mostly listen to audiobooks instead of music these days. Question number 18, one point of view or multiple point of view? I like one point of view, honestly. Multiple point of views can be fun, but it also can be very like annoying, hard to keep track, and a little distracting, to be honest, because like what if there's one character I love the most out of the 3 that the author has? I am very like weird about this. Like, I don't know my answers for most of these book questions. I'm so sorry, but I love one point of view from like just one person. So one point of view is my answer for that one. Question 19, do you read a book in one sitting or do you read it over a period of days? I read it in a period of different days. Wow, that was so hard to say. I love reading books just to spread it out so it can last longer. Like I said, graphic novels, contemporary books, I usually read in about a day or 2. Graphic novels is definitely a day. Contemporary books, they're a day or 2 days that I read. And then I found out like last year that books over 500 plus pages takes me like a week to read. And then books like under 500 I can read like in a couple of days, like 3 to 4 days maybe. but anything over 500 is a week. And then question 20, yay, is who do you tag? I'm gonna tag anyone who's watching this. I'm tagging Heather, who I'll leave her channel down below because she's back. I also tag my friend Lori. Who else is on BookTube? Oh my gosh, who else is on BookTube? Literally anyone who wants to do this video, I tag you. I will leave anyone who I want to down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This was a bit of get to know me type of book tag as well. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a great Monday and Tuesday, because by the time this video goes up, it will be Tuesday. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for sticking around with my crazy scheduling of videos, and I have a bunch of videos to film today, so without further ado, I'm gonna wrap this one up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below. Let's say, what's your favorite author? Let's answer that down below. If you also want to do this tag, leave your answers in the comments as well, and I'll check it out. I also tag Jaysen over at Easy Cat. You have been tagged. Yeah, so many people I want to tag, and there you go. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day or night, and if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button and hit the like button. Turn your notification on so you don't miss any new videos coming from me soon, because in August we have a lot. I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll chat with you guys later. Be safe, be kind, and be happy. Bye.